Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to FM22 Journeyman. This is episode 36, and we are with the national team and the domestic team today as I have simultaneous kickoffs for both. I don't know how I'm supposed to manage both, but apparently the game is into it. They like the idea of me cloning myself. Well, anyway, for the national team, this is a friendly. We are against Myanmar, and Myanmar has a very similar ranking to what we have. They are currently fourth in their qualifier group that they are a participant in. But on paper, realistically, we should be the favorite here. I do have a few younger players getting to go. Lestaluhu, not one of those younger players, as I'm actually going with Abdu today. His first start with the national team since I've taken over, though I have had him come off the bench multiple times. Early on, though, it's definitely a dominating performance. We are playing at home, but with a high percentage of possession, which actually has flipped in the last few minutes as Myanmar have controlled the ball much better, and our chances that were frequent early on have been absent since then. Great through ball and nice, easy tap in for Saifuddin. That was a great ball there. Amir getting to start today, trying to start a few of those younger guys where possible, but Abdul Lestaluhu, great volley on that one. Nice, easy ball ahead. Saifuddin, who was on that inside shoulder already. Just easy run, and then really poor positioning from the keeper, not realizing when and where Saifuddin would be making where he would meet the ball. He should have read that much better. That was poor goalkeeping. 4 out of 6 shots have been on target. We've only had 7 shots now, so we're pulling well clear of them there. And the XG is also with a substantial gap as we hit halftime in this one. Alright, so second half underway. I think Lestaluhu is going to have to get subbed off here fairly soon because of the yellow card. Not that it's a big deal as it's a friendly, as another through ball for Saifuddin goes a little too long. Dangerous free kick, and the defensive center back Baggett with the goal on that one gets on the end of that at just beyond the far post. Tough angle, and the keeper is already on the line near post, so he had it fairly well covered, but Baggett puts that in the perfect spot just inside that post. I mean, that was probably an inch away. Adiputra getting his first start today for the national team. He plays with Bali United, is a very similar player to Walian, but a little bit better in every way. I mean, they're... Oh, was that in? Oh, no, that was behind. For a second, it looked like we just got a third. Okay, hour played. Let's start making a bunch of substitutions here. Amir is tired, not playing great anyway. Let's bring on Zulfiandi. And then Adiputra has not been having a great game. Lestaluhu with that yellow. Let's bring on Irsan. And Yama is not having a great day, so let's go ahead and bring on Basna. And we'll start with those 3 substitutions. His turn there. Amir lays that off and sets it up for Saifuddin, but the shot is blocked from close range. Keeper punches that one away, otherwise that would have been number 3. And there you go, there's that first handful of substitutions made. And we've got just over 20 minutes left to play in this one. Looking pretty comfortable at the moment. A couple of injuries have left a few players out of the squad for this round of games, but otherwise we still have the same team intact, just those couple of replacements who will likely be on the bench. Adiputra is one of those who I think he had gotten some bench selection, just hadn't seen the squad before today. Not having the greatest of games, though, so let's go ahead and bring on Alana. Alana is a really good player, but he's just more of a poacher than anything. That just does not fit my system. Vermithsia is pretty tired. Let's go ahead and bring on Dimas. His through ball. Saifuddin takes the difficult angle instead of the pass. Corner kick into stoppage time now. No reason to change up any tactics here. We'll just see out the game. Nice through ball over the top. Saifuddin blast that too high. He got that one on target, but he probably should have had more today. Time is up. Just waiting on that final whistle. And there it is. No points, it's just a friendly, but it was comfortable. Deserved the 2 goals we got. Probably good enough to get more, but in terms of XG, sounds like it was just about right. Second half, we had plenty of shots, but they were off target. Compared to the first half, where the majority had been on target. Do pick up a few yellow cards there in the friendly, but otherwise, nice easy one. No injuries to speak of, so good day. Third round Indonesian Cup up against PSBI, which is a second or third tier team. We should be heavy favorites, but this is happening at the exact same time as the national team match that we just played. I have 5 players on national team duty. I also have 3 to 4, 5 players that are coming back from injuries and either available for maybe a half or not available at all. And of course, we still have our restrictions in terms of players. I could actually play Akono for today. I would have loved to, but the foreign players are making up a big chunk of the team today, and I don't have necessarily the reserves. So I still couldn't get Akono into the side, which is sad for him, but there it is. Suryanto gets a start. Oh, the underside of the crossbar. That was so close to going in. Should have been the opener. The greatest performance from the team at the moment. It's 1 week from now, which is still during the national team break, meaning I'm going to have the same selection headache that I have right now. We're definitely playing a 1.5 or really B squad with this one, and hopefully that does not cost us. We're here at home. We need to try to get a result on this one so we don't have to go on the road desperate for a result in what should be otherwise an easy match, but the player shortages. Our league match we were able to postpone, but not the cup matches. They weren't interested. It's early rounds. They kind of figured that whole, you got reserves. It is good to get other guys to play. We just need to make sure we actually still get a result. And at the moment, not looking so good on that part. Let's go ahead and go attacking here late in the first half as we've been all over them. Suryanto, offside. Keeper nearly picked the ball up across the line. Would have been a goal, potentially, if not for the offside. Suryanto and Masirin were both cleared to play a half, so I do have them splitting time here. Masirin a little more feeling it still from his injury, coming in with a bit less fitness. So I gave an extra 10 minutes to Suryanto before bringing Masirin in. Fabrianto gets the yellow card for probably dissent from the looks of it. I think he was upset, felt he was held on the play, looking for the penalty, and instead gets a yellow card for his wine. Maybe he should get some cheese to go with that wine. Walladane with cross earns the corner. And we've played an hour now. We are all over these guys, but still goalless. Sugang in a dangerous position and then pulls it back and then kicks it straight to the keeper with nobody right there. And then we blast that one over. This is not a great performance from some of these guys, including, some of the leaders who should be performing are really not. So we're going to go very attacking here. I really do not want to come out of this goalless and have the pressure on the away. I'd like to get one here, and then we can back off some. One goal does not secure anything, but it certainly will make a difference in the grand scheme of things. That is literally the first time all day that they have threatened us in any way. It was on a corner coming out. They get 2 chances out of it, but that's been it. 3, now 4 shots all game. That was half their shots there in that last minute. And the XG is still very, very minimal. But we've played 80 minutes, and even though we've been all over them, we have been unable to score. Wallian, dangerous place, and I think he should have taken that to the edge and tried to lay that off for Brown. He does not. Gives it away. Wallian having a really poor day. Let's go ahead and bring on Eunice. Doesn't hurt to make a change when somebody's playing poor. Coach for... Oh. Oof. Harsh call there. But there's 10 seconds left in this thing. I have no idea why the referee made that decision, as that was a very common foul. And if he had no yellow and he had yellow card, had foul accumulation, I could see that being a first yellow. But a second yellow for a very simple, very common foul like that one, for a sending off, yeah, it doesn't get much more harsh than that one. You can see how they kept alive in this thing. 9 yellow cards, 27 fouls. And Putra picked up that first yellow in the 29th. So apparently that was deserved. That was accumulation. He probably had something like 10 fouls in the game and finally ticked off the ref enough that he was sent off. All over him. Lots of XG. No goals. We are going to have to go on the road with a small amount of pressure to try to finish the job. And essentially the same team that we have now, but maybe a little more healthy the next time. My goodness, I am so excited. The Northern Mariana Islands, as in where I lived, as in the team players that I played with. Some of these national team players are players that I coached years ago that have now become the youth movement of the national team program. We get a friendly against them. They are proposing this, not I. And it's a road game. I get to take a trip to Saipan to play at the Oliai Sports Complex field that I've played on hundreds of times. Back when it was regular grass turf, because they now have artificial turf on there, good high quality artificial turf, which is an upgrade. I know a lot of people prefer natural grass, but in this case it was natural grass mixed in on a coral based island that had small chunks of coral in the ground. As in, you slide tackle, you often come up with huge gashes. So, and slide tackling is something that I'm pretty dang good at and would do often, and would come up would come up a little gimpy a little too often. So I would have really enjoyed playing on the upgraded field. I'm pretty okay with artificial turf. Growing up here in the Great Northwest, the Pacific Northwest of the United States, we get plenty of rain, and so we have lots of fields with artificial turf as well, just for the sake of maintenance, because it's hard to maintain grass fields when it rains quite that much, unless there's a lot of money involved, like you would have in England, where there's a lot of money involved to maintain pristine grass fields. Lower leagues tend to have lots of issues with muddy fields, and believe me, I played on plenty of muddy fields as a kid growing up. Okay, well, yeah, this is so cool. Of course I'm going to accept the invitation, even though we are going to blow them away. I'm still happy to have this match. That'll be in November. 2 changes to the side from the Myanmar friendly. This one counts, and this one, surprisingly, is going to be huge. We need a win today. We very much need the win. It's against Brunei. Brunei, who somehow sits on top of the group at the moment. the team that should be fourth, the team that on paper should be the easy win. Taiwan! That's one of the changes to the side. He is getting his first start for the national team, at least since I've taken over. And I've been looking for that strike partner with Sayafudin. I've been trying out a few different guys. Milana is the best on paper, but he's a poacher. And he's just not fitting the bill terribly well. I've been trying out now a few different guys. This is the third strike partner that I've had on top as Sayafudin. That's a corner. Hint of offside there, but he went so close. Should have done more with that one. But with this live standings, we sit on top of the leaderboard. Looks like Saudi Arabia. Are they already on top of theirs? Or well, I'm not seeing any goals. But they are sitting on 5 points right now, so maybe they had 4 already, but I don't think that was the case, because did we have 4 as well? Is that where we're sitting at right now? Yes, we had a draw and a win. So yes, 4 points. Ooh, hint of offside, and yes, flag is raised. We almost had a second chance on that one. Here's a dangerous free kick. Messiah takes it, and defense easily clears that one away. They were well positioned for that. Anton does get through. This is onside, and he scores. Oh, defense does not recover. It was a really fantastic ball. Liang really set that up as Anton continued his run, and we had one defender. We had 2, really, that were back coming out of that corner kick. And one was picking up the far side runners, and one picked up the near. He pressed up, and they didn't press up together as they should have. They needed to work in conjunction. He didn't push up. He stayed back, and that left a ton of space. And they sprinted right into it. It was a good read, good pass. They made a smart play. We did not. But outside of that one little flashy moment, it has been all us. That was their only shot attempt. The XG was very low, though honestly it should have been higher, but 34% possession. We are going to go attacking here in the second half because we really need to come away with 3 points here, and we've been all over them, so we look likely to get more than the 1 goal we have. Once we get one, though, we'll back off again a little bit. No changes to the side. Nobody seems to be playing poorly. Only a few players playing exceptionally well at the moment, but we've been in control, so let's let the team that's done this so far continue. Let's just hope we don't see any more mistakes, because they've taken advantage of the one mistake we've made, and otherwise they've done nothing. So we just need to avoid the mistakes. It should be all us in the second half. Mir, good header there. Recover possession, and new highlight. Irsand was the other change, by the way, back in over Abdu. The Lestaluhu swap. They are keeping the ball a little bit better at the moment, but do not appear to be very threatening. And Amir forces the turnovers. Counterattack ends very quickly, but Satayawan into the space, doing something that I have not been seeing from those strike partners. So he might be earning himself future starts if he keeps this up. And they're matching up well with us in the midfield at the moment, making things a little bit harder. I think they might have switched formations from the first half. We had a free kick in a very dangerous position there, but no highlight of said free kick. And there's a good chance with the header, free header, near post, bottom corner, but a little too easy. Not much power on that one. And our chances have minimalized this half compared to last half's. Satayawan had a chance there to take the shot. He had near post, far post, wide open with an easy chance to get plenty of power on it, as Saudi Arabia has taken the lead over India, changing the outcome in that result, or in that match, putting us on the back foot a little bit here as we remain 1-1. I want to push a little bit higher, put a little more pressure on them. They have not been threatening, so if we go a little bit higher, and maybe we trigger that press a little more often. No changes, and it's probably a good time to make some. Start thinking about what to do, how and where to do it. Anton gets a shot off on that one, but that's never threatening. That was just their second attempt of the entire game. And as we sit on the 70-minute mark, Ankulium is struggling today. Got a bit tired. Adds it. Where are you, Adds it? There he is. Adds it was coming back from injury, but he is now fully fit, fully available. So we'll get him on. Sayafudin struggling, has done nothing today. Part of that, though, is we're not getting as much distribution out of the midfield as we normally get. And that's because they are actually matching us a little bit in the midfield, countering our advantage. And while we still have all the possession and we're still dominating, we've just not been able to do anything with it at this point. Amir having a quiet day, so let's give Ardley a chance. I don't want to risk a Zulfiandi. Ardley is technically a little bit better. Okay, we'll start with that. We have 20 minutes to play. Looks like we have a corner kick coming up. Let's go very attacking here. We've been in domination. I really want the 3 points today. Oh, Yama ripped down in the box, and it looks like we have a penalty. Let's drop the positive, because I think we've got our goal coming up here. Hopefully, Vermin side. Ooh. Wow. Keeper guesses right. Makes a great dive and missed that thing by half an inch. Right between the arms. Vermin Saya. Fairly good penalty. Could have been a little bit better, but it is 2-1. So we drop to that positive. We're going to switch things a little bit out of possession. Get that trigger press back down a little bit and get back into just that higher line. But I do want to engage. You know what? Let's keep the press a little bit higher, especially the way we've been in control. Yama, good header there from Saya. Ball into space, but asking way too much of Sayafudin on that one. Baggett wins that header there. Now we're set up for a better chance. Sayafudin, that never looked like doing much, but it does force a decent save out of the keeper, earns the corner kick. But corner kicks have been dangerous for us more than the other way around, besides that first goal coming from a corner. Lestaluhu crosses to no one. Terrible cross on that one. And Vermin Saya is pretty tired. Let's go ahead and use a sub there. Now we'll bring on Zulfiandi. That's it. The cross. Sayafudin, close. Keeper, nice save. They've had one more shot, just 3 total for the entire game. Dangerous free kick, and the defensive back, Lestusen, misses that one as he gets the free header on the far post. Really tight angle, though. Really tight angle. Into stoppage time. Doesn't matter how many we win by, as long as we win, and we are winning here. Time is up. This should just about do it, and it does. Important 3 points. Brunei have done so much better than expected, and while we totally controlled this thing, they made it close. They made it close with that one goal against the run of play, and it took us quite a bit to finally get that second one. It took a penalty to get it. Really disappointing day for us, and that seems to be what Brunei is doing to everyone. They hang on by a thread and have squeezed out some results, but not today. We have reached the halfway point in the group, and we are the group leaders, but this thing is far, far from done. Now, here's the one who is in grave danger, and that is India. Just 1 point from 3 matches played. Brunei, 4 points from 3 matches. Much better than expected. We will get them at home next time, and you figure that's got to make us favorites to get out of the group. We should be able to get 3 points against India. If we can get 3 points against Brunei, that's obviously going to guarantee, because we'd be sitting on 12. In that case, it doesn't matter what happens with Saudi Arabia. If they beat us and win the group, we take second, we get out. that was the objective, that would be good. We're going to be on the road at Saudi Arabia next time. A draw would be fantastic because that could keep us first in the group, but that part doesn't matter. It's the result against Brunei and India that we need, and if we get that, we're just fine. Second leg of the third round, it turns out that our national team players came back just in time. Travel day was the day before the game, so they were back in time. They were able to play second leg, and we dominated. So 3-0 in that one to get into the fourth round. World rankings update. For the first time, we're seeing a bit of a boost after a couple recent wins for the national team. So, yeah, plus the friendly wins that don't matter. But 5 places up to 127th now. France is first in the ranking. In the league, we remain in second place, 3 points off Arema on the same number of matches played. We have 1 game in hand on third place Persida. Our next match, though, against Persida. So that's going to be a challenging one where we're going to be at home. So we will open up the next episode with that. We'll have some easy matches to follow, but that's not going to be an easy one. We've got a little bit of time until we have our next match, 3-4 weeks anyway, with the national team. So that'll be the following thing that we'll pick up with after that. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.